Hey Dungeon Crawlers, we're here at Salt Lake Comic Con with author Brian McClellan. His first book, which is Promise of Blood, and the other one is The Crimson Campaign. Sorry, I had to look. I know, it sucks. So how have things been going?
Things have been doing wonderfully, thank you very much.
So, your book, it's kind of epic fantasy, but you've gone more towards after a revolutionary, industrial revolution.
Yeah. I've been calling it Flintlock epic fantasy.
Okay.
So basically the idea being that all these epic fantasy worlds take place in a medieval time period. So what happens when one of those worlds advances into the Industrial Revolution?
Okay.
How does the magic change? How does the politics change? How do all of those things interact with each other? And that was basically the impetus behind the entire thing.
Okay, so that brings up a good question. How does magic work in this type of Flintlock era?
Well, it's called the Powder Mage Trilogy, and it's centered around a Powder Mage, Field Marshal Tomas, who it opens up with him committing a coup against his king.
Oh.
And so the magic centers around several different types of, there are several different magic systems going on. But the Powder Mages are the big deal in the books, and they're kind of an analog in a way of the rising middle class.
Okay.
They are, they don't have the power of the privileged sorcerers that work for the king, but they can kill one of them at a mile distance.
Wow.
And so they are feared, and in some countries they're exterminated for that power. And in his country, he's risen to be field marshal over a period of time, and he has decided things need to change.
Okay.
And so the Powder Mages are, the kind of what everything focuses around and revolves around, and that's, that is, the changing magic. Gunpowder being the predominant, technology in warfare now, and the Powder Mages, they get all of their strength from the gunpowder. And that's, I wanted to see, that new technology, how does it, change the magic, and that, and so that's the way I've gone with it.
Nice. I like the fact that you're using the gunpowder in there, because that kind of, with the guns and all that.
Well, I mean, it was kind of a logical progression for that, so, yeah.
Okay. So, what, besides, gunpowder magic and that, what really sets your world or your series apart from most epic fantasies out there?
There's a few different things. I don't really have a typical protagonist in the way a lot of these fantasies will have. The kind of that young foretold hero or anything.
Yeah.
My main protagonist is a 60-year-old man based on Jeremy Irons, who is just, he answers to no one. He opens the book by executing the king and all of his privileged sorcerers, and that presents in a huge slew of problems for him in the future.
Yeah.
But he is the type of guy that just, he does not answer to anyone. And I've always been fascinated by the idea of, creating a hero like that. And, is he a hero really?
Yeah.
And so I've gone with that way with some of the main characters. Another of the main characters is a middle-aged inspector, and then I've got the one character that is kind of that that young epic fantasy hero kind of, but he is the son of the field marshal.
Okay.
And he has all of his own problems, and he's kind of a hero, but kind of not. He's an established person at the beginning of the series, rather than a nobody. People. He has a reputation. He's got a nickname in the army, things like that.
Okay. So, for those people out there listening, Jeremy Irons is already set. I mean, this is who you want.
So yeah, I get that question a few times about who would I want to play the characters, and Field Marshal Tomas is. I've always envisioned him as Jeremy Irons.
Nice.
And I've always envisioned Inspector Adamat as Paul Giamatti, specifically from the. Oh gosh, I just forgot the name of the film. It came out at the same time as The Prestige.
The Illusionist.
The Illusionist, yes.
Okay.
so that I like to pick characters and actors and stuff, and get an idea of a feel for them. I don't want to copy them, obviously.
Yeah.
But I like having somebody that when somebody asks me, what does this character look like and stuff, I can say, oh, he's very much like this.
So he's got the personality, the voice of Jeremy Irons.
Yeah, very much.
And who doesn't want that?
Of
I mean,
course.
seriously, Jeremy Irons walking in saying, killing off the king and all of his mages, awesome.
Yeah.
So now, where can they find your books?
You can find my books pretty much anywhere.
Okay.
My publisher is unfortunately a subsidiary of Hachette, so they're embroiled in the Amazon Hachette thing going on right now. You can still order them from Amazon. The first one, last I checked, is taking a few weeks to fill.
Okay.
Whereas the second one will ship immediately. You can also get them from Barnes & Noble, from ebook for Kobo, anywhere the books are sold, really. Local bookstores, they'll probably only have the first one because the second one's a hardcover and it's already been pulled for the next few months.
Okay.
My website, I sell them directly myself if you wanted a signed copy, and you can also pre-order the third book, Autumn Republic, off of there. So it's pretty accessible.
Any of them on audiobook yet?
Yes, all the first two are both on audiobook.
Nice. Okay.
Yep.
Well, thank you for your time. Author Brian McClellan, and go get this book because you will love it.